Tabletop CP. Today we're heading back to the peninsula for another game of sharp practice. So this week's game has been delayed due to a variety of circumstances, and I didn't really have anything planned, so I put the question out to the patrons, what game do they want to see? And surprisingly, Chain of Command did not win, and it was sharp practice this time, which is fine, because I've been wanting to play sharp practice. So we're heading back to the peninsula, and we're going to be doing a custom mission. So before we start the briefing for today's game, I would like to go over the terrain first. And we'll be using one of our two new cigar box battle mats, and this one's called the Valley, and this one's really cool. I immediately thought of the peninsula when I saw it, and I'll put a link to it in the description, but it's got a river on it, as you can see, and we rarely, if ever, have used rivers, so mainly because I don't have one, but now I do. So we're going to play a game with a river on it. So let's talk about the river first. This is the Rio Manteca. This is a small but deep and swift-moving river that is moving through the Spanish countryside. So the rules for the river are going to be, you can cross on the bridge, and there's a ford right there where that sand is. You can cross freely in those two places. If you try to cross the river without it, it's going to be very, very difficult going. So you're going to be doing 2d6, remove the highest. And if you don't make it across, and you leave guys stranded in here, you're going to lose D3 guys. So it is chest deep, it is moving very fast, and men can be swept away if they stand in there too long. So there's a definite risk of losing men if you try to cross at a place other than the ford or the bridge. Aside from the river, it's just our standard terrain. We got our Panteel buildings, they're all hard cover. Everything's hard cover. We got a patch of woods there, patch of woods there, patch of woods there, patch of woods there. And there's going to be soft cover, dense woods, 4-inch visibility, and we have one wheat field, and that's going to be light cover for anyone in it. And other than that, yeah, that's it for terrain. So let's go ahead and look at the mission. Spain, 1813. A French force has swung around the British lines and now moves to hit it from the flank. The British commander, aware of this, dispatches a small detachment to destroy the bridge over the Rio Manteca to slow them down. British objective. The British must blow up the bridge over the Rio Manteca and stop the French flanking attack. French objective. The French must save the bridge over the Rio Manteca and get at least one unit off of the British board edge. British deployment. The British can deploy all of their light troops within 12 inches of the bridge. It is assumed they have been here placing the charges around the bridge, preparing for its demolition. The rest of the British Light Company will arrive from the road on their board edge after a task roll of 14 has been reached. This will be rolled for when the commander's card is pulled. French deployment. The French can start deploying their skirmishers and their grenadiers at the beginning of the game as normal. The main French force, consisting of the big man and the cannon, will only start deploying from the main deployment point once a task roll of 14 is reached, rolled for on the commander's card. Both sides have cavalry operating in the area, and either commander can call on cavalry reinforcements with the playing of 4 flags. Their respective cavalry will deploy from their road. To destroy the bridge, the British must have a unit in contact with the bridge, and when their commander's card is pulled, a task roll of 14 must be reached. Once the charges are planted, the French will have 3 turns to make it to the bridge. If they contact the bridge, they can disable the charge. And that will do it for the briefing. Now let's take a look at today's forces. We will begin with the British force. So this force and the French are both taken from the Rio Manteca list for the Peninsula campaign. And this is 78 points, not counting the cavalry, which we're not counting in the cost as they might not show up. But in charge here is Captain Doug Eaglesham. He is a level 2 leader, and he is assisted by his trusty sergeant, hard-ass Alan Downs, whose job is to keep the men in line, and Downs is a level 1 leader. And they are in charge of 3 groups of light bobs. So they have the light bobs rule, which allows them to deploy 9 inches from their deployment point instead of 6. They have sharp practice, and they also have thin red line. Next up we have Captain Bill Thompson, commanding 2 groups of 95th Riflemen. Bill Thompson is a level 2 leader, and he is assisted by level 1 leader Sergeant David Stotzenberg. And the 95th Rifles are armed with rifles, obviously. They have sharp practice and tap reload. So tap reload in Rio Manteca means that you are allowed to reload and fire as a musket, but if you do, you can no longer fire as a rifle for the rest of the game because the barrels are fouled. Next we have Lieutenant Luke Lankowski. He is a level 1 leader, and he is in command of a group of British light infantry skirmishing. And these guys have sharp practice and are armed with muskets. And lastly, Captain Alfred Wallace in command of the 1st Royal Dragoons. And if they should come in, they're going to have gallop at anything and reluctant infantry and tally-ho. So they're not going to be dismounting at all, because I don't have the models for it. And then gallop at anything means if they win fisticuffs, they have to charge ahead 2d6, and if they make contact with someone else, they have to fight again. And then tally-ho is 2 command cards are played with a leader's activation. The unit may move an additional d6 movement and 2d6 per group in fisticuffs. And that will do it. That is the British force. Here we have the attacking French force. This is 81 points. And in overall command of the force is Colonel Olivier Decalone. He is a level 3 leader. And assisting him is his trusty sergeant Maurice Clorel, who is a level 1 leader. And they are in charge of 3 groups of chasseurs de la guerre. And they're regulars, they have pas de charge and sharp practice. And they get 1 controlled volley on the first one only. Next we have Captain Bastian Van Dam. He is a level 2 leader, and he's in command of 2 groups of grenadiers. And these guys are regulars, and I believe they have aggressive and pas de charge. Next we have 2 groups of voltigeurs, commanded by Lieutenant Martin Fraser. He is a level 1 leader. And the second leader in that group, assisting him, is Sergeant Lars Schiving, who is also a level 1 leader. So again, these are going to be coming in together, but they can obviously detach, and they are just regular voltigeurs with sharp practice. After that we have 1 light cannon, and this is commanded by Felix Boudet. He is a level 1 leader, and the cannon has sharp practice. And lastly, we have 1 group of cuirassiers commanded by level 1 leader Sander Tyson. And the cuirassiers have cuirasses, which means I believe they ignore the first kill result in any fisticuffs. And they have tally-ho as well. And that is the French force. So I think I'm going to be the British today. Andre is going to be the French, and when Andre gets here, I'll brief him and we'll get started. I suppose I should mention that any group or anyone within 6 inches of the bridge, should it blow up, is going to take d6 hits per group. So don't be around the bridge when it goes off. Andre's here. He's been briefed. I have already deployed my forces. So I got Lankowski and his men here. And I have Thompson and his men here. They're both working on the bridge, so I'll be able to roll twice. And then I have Stotzenberg over there covering from those woods this direction. And Andre, he's not going to deploy yet, but we have picked our force support. I'm bringing a specialist, and that's going to be a sharpshooter that is in there with Stotzenberg's men. I'm also bringing a physic and a holy man, 4 points each. Andre brought a fixed secondary deployment point, which he placed here. And he brought a physic and a holy man. So his physic is named Dr. Van Nostrand.
Okay.
And then the French holy man. And I think that's it. So we'll go ahead and get ready to get started. We'll be using the infamy cards again tonight since our chips are so ugly. And begin. So it's Red Leader 5. That's Lankowski. So he's going to start rolling. I won't get it on this roll. A 7. Okay.
You're halfway there.
Halfway there. So hopefully Thompson can finish it off. So that's halfway there to planting the charges. Blue flag. Blue flag. Okay.
Ooh, a pas de charge.
It definitely is. Blue leader 6. That's Felix Boudet. That's your cannon, so he can't do anything yet. Blue leader 3 is Captain Bastian Van Dam. That is your Grenadiers. So Andre's bought Bastian Van Dam and his Grenadiers in here in that configuration. So it's interesting. I think he plans to move out and then swing around.
Well, I'm actually thinking when they come through, I have to break formation because of this chunk of wall here.
Yeah.
So I can, with a single command, order them through. But they'll have to roll separate rolls to move.
Yeah, I think you'd probably be better off just putting them in column and just go through the gate. If you want to do that. Then you don't have to break apart at all. Just march right through the gate. Alright, finally. Andre has changed his mind and he's put these guys here into march column, or whatever it's called, where they're spread out a little bit. So you can march out, swing around, and be in line with the bridge. Alright. Now that we got that out of the way.
3.
If you get one more, you can start doing that.
Or I could bring in the cavalry.
Yeah, if you get one more, yeah. You could bring in the cavalry.
Wow, which... Man. Or I could bring in...
You could bring those guys in right now with 3 flags, if you wanted. Andre's brought, he's used his 3 flags, and he's used them to activate Fraser, who has come in here, and he's split the command on the way in. And so Shiving is over here, and if his card comes out, he can start doing something, or he can shoot, I guess. Or could you? No, I think, yeah, we'll just say he'll shoot when his card comes out. Can't move, though. Blue 5. Hey, that's Shiving. Speaking of the devil.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
So he could shoot. We'll say he can shoot, but he can't move. So it's going to be 4s for Shiving's multi-jares, and he's firing over there at Stotzenberg's men in the trees. 2 hits. Okay, cool.
Do I roll
2
these
hits.
or you roll?
I roll these.
Okay.
So hard cover because I am in soft cover. Yes, exactly. Nothing.
All right.
And you'll reload, I'm assuming, since you just did that. So, okay, next card.
Tiffin.
Leader 3. That is, hey, that's Bill Thompson. So Bill Thompson, who's there by the bridge, is going to see if we can finish planting the charges. 7. Yes, the charges are planted. Okay.
Nice.
So 3 turns from now, we
Dun,
will...
dun, dun.
It will explode, and if you're within 6 of it, look out.
So when does that...
We'll start next turn. So next turn it'll go to... we'll start at 3 next turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my question. Yeah. Oh,
there it is.
You just got it off.
Oh, man. Okay, Thompson and Lankowski have set the charge.
Turn 1.
Turns out a French force has appeared out of nowhere in this courtyard, so it's time to get the hell out of Dodge, I think. There we go. So the countdown is starting now.
All right, we're on turn 3.
Yep. Red 5, that's Lankowski, which is a good start for me because he's the one in some danger, I think. Lankowski and his men have moved 2d6 this way. They got a 9, and then they use their free move to turn and face this direction. So he's clear of the bridge, and we'll see what happens over there. Blue flag. Blue 1. Okay, so now you can start rolling for...
So 2d6?
Yep. Okay, an 8. All right, so you're over halfway there.
All right.
Oh, Tiffin.
Wow.
And you have a blue flag, so you could do something with one of the units you have on the board right now. Bastian Van Dam has come out of the courtyard on the flag, and he is now in column facing that way.
Facing the wrong way.
Very good move, but we're moving on. So we've gone to turn 2.
Woohoo!
So it'll go off on 0.
So I get to do something.
I need a red 1.
I'm like, do I want the Tempest Fugit? Tempest, no, we're wrong game. What's it called here?
Tiffin.
Tiffin. Ooh, actually I could do a pot to charge. Actually, I could do a pod to charge, couldn't I?
No, because it has to be with his leader and 2 flags. You could use that to activate them, though, and activate the group, not the leader. Continuing.
Hey, let's...
That's 3 flags in a row, Andre.
That is.
So the last person that did anything was these guys. So roll 2d6 for them. Random event.
You got the chart?
I will get it. A 6. Movement 6. Step out, lads. May add 1d6 of movement immediately.
Oh, well. That's actually not too horrible.
At least it'll get you out there a little bit more. There they are. Okay. Next card.
I'm thinking, should I have had a bonus for movement because I was in formation? But
Another red flag.
I guess I wasn't on a road, just going through a gate.
Ah, red leader 1. Okay, so that's Eaglesham. So Eaglesham is going to see if he can get here. He knows there's something going on up here at the bridge over the Rio Manteca.
Why are you waking me up?
A 7.
Yeah, not horrible.
Yeah, halfway there. three blue flags.
3 blue.
Okay.
I can activate everybody.
He's going to keep going.
Or I might bring my cavalry in. Oh!
All right, come on, Andre. What's up with the 4 flags at the top of the deck? Are you going to bring the cavalry in? You could activate them, and then when his flag comes out, you could activate them again. Andre's done it. He's brought in Sander Tyson, 9 inches from the here. So the cuirassiers are on, and they're pointing right over at that ford. And they're at the gallop.
You think we're going to the ford?
I think so.
Blue 3.
Red 3. That's Bill Thompson. I'm going to have Thompson have his riflemen fire a volley at the grenadiers. Since they're in column, I'm going to be hitting on 2s with 8 shots because he's a level 2. So that's all hits. 8 hits. So you can split those up 4 ways. Or 2 ways.
2 ways.
2 ways.
Okay.
And you're in the open.
Okay, black is front.
Black is front. So just a point of shock on the front. 2 dead in the back. And your leader was with the front or the back?
High, low.
So he's with the front.
Yeah, he was really right in between the 2, which
right.
Usually would indicate the front.
So you just lost 2 guys out of here.
And a shock in the front.
Yep. Okay, that's Thompson. That was 1 action. Now I'm going to move back and try to get away from the bridge. There we go, Thompson. You got a 3-inch move back. Still too close to the bridge, though.
Let's give Travis another shot here.
Okay, that's Stotzenberg. So he's my other group of rifles.
Nice. You're getting to do all your stuff here.
Yeah. Stotzenberg is going to fire at Shiving's Voltigeurs. So I have a marksman in there. He's going to be the green dice. And he's going to be hitting on a 2+. Everyone else is going to be hitting on a 3+. Okay.
Wow.
Only 3 hits. But, so roll for this guy separate. Because he doubles shock. No shock.
Wow.
Or 1 point of shock. That's all I got out of all that.
Because I was in soft cover.
Yeah.
All right. Whew. I skated.
He did. He did. All right, next card. Oh, wait. I'm still not done with those guys yet. Yeah, I think they're just going to half reload and stay there.
Okay.
Guard the trees.
Woo.
Oh, the big man. Okay. Shit, I forgot what I was at 7, right?
Oh, no, that's it.
What were you at? 6?
8.
8. Okay. Now I was at 7.
So he's coming in. Next turn?
Yeah. So he'll be coming in next turn. But everyone else the cannon could come in now, I think.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he's just getting everyone up there. Okay, 2,
Number
that is
2.
Alan Downs. That's my sergeant. Can't do anything yet. Blue 4, Martin Fraser. That's your Voltigeurs inside the compound. Fraser has managed to get his men up to the wall here opposite Lankowski. Blue 3, it's Van Dam. That's your Grenadiers.
Nice.
Van Dam has wheeled from the march column, and now he is in line. And he is now facing the bridge, and I don't see how I'm going to stop him from getting there and defusing it, to tell you the truth. Red flag. Oh, and I did sharp practice Thompson's guys. 6 says Felix Boudet. That's your cannon. So your cannon could come in. Boudet has come in over here. No targets, obviously. 5. That's Lankowski, who is over
We're going
here.
through all. Hey.
Lankowski is just backed up right to the edge of the deep water here and turn back around. So he's right up against it, so he could jump over a 2d6 and fire with the free command.
And we're down to the last 4 card. Oh,
that's the Tiffin. Okay,
there
so what do we got? Just a red
you've got
flag
a red
left,
flag, and I think you've activated everything.
Yeah, everything
now.
on the board's gone.
So that's a wrap.
Yep. So we move the last turn before the bridge blows up. All right, next turn. Yeah. So we're just talking about what might happen here. If I get Thompson first, my choices are run on the bridge and sacrifice Thompson, or run away from the bridge, and then he'll just run up there. So pretty much we're saying if he's on the bridge at the end of this turn and I'm not, it is defused. If I'm on it, he can't defuse it and it just blows up. So it's really important on what order these come out. These guys need to come out first. Red flag.
Red flag.
Okay.
Blue flag.
Oh God.
Are we going to triple flag here? Who's the last unit?
Lankowski, I believe.
Red.
Oh, it's Lankowski again. So now I could try to make it across the river.
You could.
I probably could make it. Lankowski has made it, but I had to use all my commands. So it was 3 inches across. I only rolled 2 2s. I had to remove the highest, so I went up with the 2, which left me in the river, which would have been D3 swept away. So I just used my last action. I got a 5. I'm up there now. But I am facing the wrong direction, sadly. Blue 1. Okay, that's your big man. So Olivier has come in. He's ordered the cannon over, who's got a good move. He's over there now. Cuirassiers have galloped 18 inches up towards the ford, and these guys are on the road in column. Blue 3. It's Bastian Van Dam. Ah, perfect. I wanted him to come out first.
So that's
these guys here. We're going to have Van Dam. He's going to try and soften up these riflemen in these woods here. So he's going to fire a volley. And he's needing 3s. I see a lot of 1s and 2s, or a few at least. 10 hits, we think. And I'm going to split them up between Stotzenberg and Thompson. So we'll start with Thompson. He's in soft cover. So he's going to take 1 shock. Wow. Now I'm skating. Stotzenberg is going to be in hard cover. He's he's got 1 dead. So it's just a dead.
Just a dead.
So a dead out of Stotzenberg's group, and then 1 shock. So we got lucky. Lucky as hell on that one. And they're now unloaded. We'll continue. Oh no!
Oh.
The Fugit.
Okay.
Wait, so it blows up
At the beginning of
this next turn. Oh crap! I better get my guys out of there because I'm within 6. I think I know they are. They might be. So we both had a flag. So the dilemma, it came down to who went first. We rolled up for it. High roll went first. I went first. So I had to choose to run onto the bridge because if I didn't, he would have ran onto the bridge and
diffused it.
But since he now knows he can't diffuse it, he just won't go there. And I'm going to get both of these groups are going to get caught in the blast. And then Frazier's guys have jumped over and they're going to fire
6 shots at the fleeing rears. 2 hits.
2 hits. Doubling shock though.
Okay, all shock.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of that turn, and the bridge is going to blow up.
It's a beautiful bridge.
So the last turn, the bridge is now exploded. And
I was not able to save the bridge.
I have 2 groups within 6 inches of it. So the black is going to be Stotzenberg. So we'll see how many hits they take.
Oh.
Ooh. So Thompson on the bridge got nailed.
So I roll
5
those?
hits. No, I got to roll saves.
You're just rolling saves.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And we'll just say in the open. So see what happens to Stotzenberg's boys. Nothing.
Wow.
Trees shielded them. Wait, that's too many. I don't get 5, right? Not.
Yep.
All right, come on. See what happened to Thompson's guys. Was it worth it? He takes 2 shock, 3 shock, and he already had 1. So
up to
4 shock, and the bridge is now destroyed.
Wow.
This bridge gone. I took 4 shock, so it's worth it. So the whatever medal it is in the British Army, what is it called? Victoria Cross or something like that? Guess who's getting one? Bill Thompson.
Alrighty. Here we go. Blue 2.
Maurice Plurel, so that's your sergeant in your main line.
Yep, he'll give
Pull some shock.
a good speech.
Okay.
You'll actually get a red flag. I'll get a blue flag.
Ah,
And a red
Bill Thompson.
3.
Okay. So Bill Thompson. Oh, we forgot, Andre, that we were talking in that I get to get a free roll for Eagle Shams guys when the bridge went off.
Yep.
Just because that's going to speed them up knowing that's something going on up here. So I was already at 7.
I think you made it.
He's coming on. Okay, so he'll come on if he pulls his card. Oh wait, I still got to do something with Thompson. Okay, so I got 4 shock. Thompson used all 3 of his moves. He's heading back towards that courtyard there. So I didn't turn around, but I just moved from here, trying to stay out of range. We'll see if it works. Kept all the shock though.
Have another flag.
Okay, I'll take it. That's Van Dam. That's your these guys here. Bastian Van Dam. He was going to fire a volley at Stotzenberg, but I interrupted with the 2 flags and activated the group, and I moved them back and turned around behind those trees. And then Van Dam wound up just moving up an inch. Ah, that's Eagle Sham, so he's going to come in. Eagle Sham has come in. 9, he's got the light bobs rule, so they've come in over there on my road. I'm not going to use the... I could use the Holy Man now on Thompson, but I think I might be okay. He's level 2. He should be able to, if he gets in some good cover.
Level 2, you can probably
out of range,
deal
he might
with
be
it.
able to pull it off. Lars Shiving. That is these guys here. Shiving has come around. Took them all 3. He was trying to get a shot on Lankowski, but couldn't make it.
Didn't happen.
I need Lankowski's card bad. 4, Stotzenberg. So his group already went. He's got no commands. He's got no shock or anything. So 6, that's Boudet. That's your cannon. The cannon is moved up 5 inches. He's kind of covering right to that spot there, waiting for Eagle Sham to come around the corner. Blue flag. Blue flag. 2 flags in a row.
3 flags in a row.
3 flags in a row. Okay, cannon.
Cannon.
Roll me 2d6 and we'll look at the chart.
8.
8. Stress the ranks. The ground is worse than it looks. A formation reduces dice movement. No. So you're not a formation, so it doesn't matter.
Alrighty.
Unless you had 2 cannons.
Should have given me 2 cannons, Travis.
I don't even have 2 cannons.
And
So you get to go first because you got more flags.
I do.
So I'm assuming you're going to want to fire these guys at Lankowski.
Yeah, that's probably the thing to be doing here.
So you'll be hitting on 5s this time, I believe. 6 shots. Needing 5s. 2
That's
hits.
2.
But again, doubling shock.
If I can get some.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm rolling saves like crazy on that. Which means that I have 1 flag and I'm going to have to do something with Lankowski. Lankowski moved 5 inches back and then turned around. So we got 2 groups of Ultigers against 1 group of British light infantry. I'm making my way towards that windmill at the moment. And we move on to the next turn.
So,
Mine Andre still has got a couple flags hidden under there. So he's still got these guys and these guys.
okay, that's it, right?
Yep. Well, Captain Tyson has galloped again with his cuirassiers. They're crossing the ford unopposed. And then Colonel Olivier's men have marched up in column on the road behind Van Dam's
Unopposed.
Grenadiers, unopposed. The river is our friend now.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Until we plug that hole over there. All right. Okay. 4, Stotzenberg. And he is over here behind these trees, and there happens to be some cavalry right there. Stotzenberg is going to turn, and we're going to fire at Tyson's cavalry. So the marksman is going to be black, and we need 3s. Missed with the marksman, but I did get 4 hits on you. And I will half reload. So we got a dead.
And
Three shock.
Nice.
That'll slow those boys down a little bit. It is the leader. We checked the leader. It is Tyson. He takes a wound, which is going to drop him to a level 0, and you didn't lose anyone then. So my riflemen have shot down or wounded Tyson, and they've taken 3 shock, and they're half loaded. So, next card, blue flag. Blue 2, that's Clarel in here.
Your main man.
My big man, okay. Eagle Sham. First thing he did, he had Sergeant Downs break off. And he moved 3d6 this way, took a shock, but when Downs' card comes out, he can pull it. So Downs is going to come up here and help try to hold this hill against these guys, along with Lankowski. And then Eagle Sham himself, he just, he wanted to wheel and march up here, stay behind the trees, but he only got to wheel. He got a pretty bad roll. So he's just right there. Next card, red flag. Lankowski. Okay. Lankowski has moved another 5. Seems that's kind of a standard move since he started trying to cross the river, but he made it partly up the hill and then he used his free action to turn around. The big man. So he's got a lot of options. He's level 3. He has a musician too. He's just, I don't have the
No, he
model.
doesn't.
Oh, that's right. He didn't bring the musician. That's right. He brought Van Nostrand and the Holy Man and the movable deployment point. So we'll let him, let Andre decide what Olivier is going to do. Colonel Olivier, first thing he did, he had Bastion Van Dam's Grenadiers snap into a column, and then he ordered them to activate, and they've marched at a 45 that way. So they're up to the river now. And then Olivier's men have just stayed in column, and they've marched 12 inches down the road towards the river and the destroyed bridge. That's Lars Shiving. That is again, that's these guys, these voltigeurs here. Shiving and his voltigeurs have come up to the edge of the river, and they're going to shoot at Thompson from behind. So needing 5s. 1 hit.
Yay!
So you can either do 2 shock, or the worst that could happen is you could kill Thompson. Nothing again.
Oh, I
Wow.
thought the worst thing I could do was do shock.
Hold on. So again, the voltigeur fire is ineffective.
Again.
And 3, that is Captain Bill Thompson, who's got 4 shock now.
No, he still has 4 shock.
He still has 4 shock, even though he got shot in the ass. Okay. What do I want to do with Thompson?
How far?
Well, I'm moving away from the enemy, so.
Oh, okay.
That's why I made sure to move at an angle instead of towards the wall. So if Thompson's moved that way, he's going to be part of the defense anchoring or he's going to be one of the units anchoring the defense here, hopefully with Stotzenberg. He got into the courtyard, but he still got his 4 shock. Wait, I could pull one, can't I? Yeah, I'm going to pull one of those because he's a level 2.
Okay.
I could have pulled one last time too. That's 3 blue flags.
And a blue 3.
Van Dam. The Van Dam's groups have already been activated by Olivier. And he has no shock. Red flag. Blue flag. Hold on. Oh, you got 4 flags, so you could do something again, and I got 2 flags. Andre's going to stand firm with his 4 flags. He's got 3 units left. And I'm going to use my 2 flags to sharp practice Stotzenberg. So he's reloaded now. That is
He's number 2.
Alan Downs. So Downs, he's just going to pull the shock off of his group. And then we move on. 6, that is Felix Boudet. That is your cannon.
Do I have a flag for...
He's going to have to move with a flag. Or if you pull his card, you could use a flag to
No,
give him a
he
command.
has a card in here?
He should, didn't he? Oh, you never put it in there. It's right here. Yeah, you're supposed to put that in there, Andre. It doesn't matter. You still have to use the flag for it.
What do you mean?
Because he's a level 0. He can't do anything.
Oh.
So either way, but this will give you a chance to...
So it really is meaningless. I'll just throw it on the bottom.
Okay. So Andre has pulled the cannon. Boudet has just moved over this way, I believe. we're getting down to it now. I used those 2 flags earlier for sharp practice. So a red flag and the Tempest Fugia. So Andre burned through 4 of those flags. He could have done something extra, but like you said, he still got the horse.
And I totally screwed up. I forgot I can't use flags after I activate.
Yeah, you can't. You can use them to activate the unit. So you could gallop or drop down to the canter with these guys.
What I should have done is use 2 of the flags to activate a unit, and then 2 to do what I was wanting to do with the unit. But yeah, I blew that.
Yeah, and I have 1 left, and I don't think I have anything left, but we'll let Andre go first. The Cuirassiers have gone to the canter and turned, and they're moving up this way, looking to punch a hole and get off the edge. I'm thinking here. Meanwhile, these guys, who is this? Fraser. He's moved up, and he's going to fire at Lankowski. He's all over the place.
Needing 5s?
5s, so 2 hits. Okay, Lankowski. These guys have been skating so far. Let's see if he continues the trend.
Dead.
Oh no, he takes a shock. Damn.
A shock.
Oh my God.
Shocking.
And that is
That's it.
So now we got something interesting happening over here. We got some Cuirassiers about to blast through and take out some riflemen, possibly, if their card comes out
If
first.
I can get a first card.
Or
actually, a couple. Well,
you need 2 flags.
I don't have any. I can't activate the unit though.
With 2 flags, you
Well,
could.
with 2, yeah.
Or with 1 flag in his.
I was thinking
in his
we
card.
were talking the tally ho. I really wanted to tally ho those guys.
Tally ho would be his card plus a flag plus 2 more flags. So you need 3 flags in his in the right order.
Yeah.
Here we go. Who's gonna get the first card this time? The big man, Captain Eaglesham. Okay, Captain Eaglesham. First, he had 1 command. He snapped into a line here. He's gonna have Thompson fire at Tyson. Only with 5 shots because I got the 3 shock. And then I hate to do it, but we're going to tap reload. And that's going to make us a musket profile for the rest of the game. But everyone's getting up close, so... And I don't want to be unloaded. Because if he gets the chance to charge and I'm unloaded, that's going to be even worse for me. At least this will give me a chance. So I need to do some damage here. So needing 3s. Only 2 hits. Only 2 hits. And a point of 1 point of shock.
Yeah, well, those are critical because I can't get rid of them.
What are you at now? 4? 4, okay. And then I'm going to tap reload. So I'm reloaded as a musket.
And that was everything.
Yep, that's it. He's only level 2.
Oh, okay. Then we'll pull a couple blue flags.
7. That's Tyson. So you could activate him now. You could use 1 flag to activate him. It gives him a command. So you could charge Thompson. Tyson has galloped in, even though he's back there. He's going to get 15 dice. It's 12d6 a galloping impact cavalry. So yeah, this could be it for Thompson and the boys.
Okay, needing what?
5s and 6s.
Wow.
So you got
4.
Oh, you didn't wipe them out at least.
I whiffed again. Yeah, I guess that's not a whiff, but that wasn't spectacular.
And I'm only getting 7 dice. So I got 2. Okay. For leaders. So I got 4. It's my leader for sure. Okay, roll your leader, not your leader. So let's see what happens. Thompson. I think he loses a command. So he's going to be down to 1 command if you could put a marker on him. And I'm going to lose 3 more guys and take 2 more shock. So I lost by 2. They fell back, took 2 more shock. So I'm down to 4 guys with 7 shock. They interpenetrated these guys. So these guys are going to take 3 shock. Now you lose 2 guys and take a shock yourself. And how many shock do you have now?
4.
4. Oh, he pulled. That's right. He used his
I
other
pulled
flag
1
to
on
pull
the
a
way
shot.
in.
Okay, so you won that one.
Okay. Now I consolidate a full move, right?
Yeah, full gallop. No, we continue on. So hey, the infantry have really. Oh, I'm sorry, Andre. You ignore the first kill because you got the cuirass. So you really only lost one guy.
Nice.
But you do still take the shock.
Okay.
All right. We continue.
And we continue. Oh, so I burned a.
I think you burned
actually, I
both of
burned
those.
them both.
Yeah.
All right.
So
And
Thompson's boys are falling back. 6, that's your cannon. Boudet. Cannon has moved that way, trying to get some line of sight on something. And we got some bad things to roll. So I did fall back 3 more inches because I have more shock than dudes. Really, I'm 1 shock away from breaking. And I have to roll a bad thing for Thompson being wounded. Then I have to roll a bad thing for involuntary withdrawal. That's a -1 there. Probably another -1. You got to roll a Tyson. Tyson was wounded earlier.
3.
Status 1 looter. That's a -1. So I'm down to 9.
So am I.
Andre's down to 9.
We're tied.
And then we press on. 4. That's Fraser, who is here knocked down for some reason.
What?
Fraser has gotten a great move. He's made it across the fast-moving river, and he's heading up towards the windmill. That is Shiving. That's your other group of Voltigeurs.
There.
And here we go. Shiving is going to fire at Stotzenberg from behind.
Isn't it 7 shots?
6 shot. He's only a level 1. Oh, I'm sorry. You got 6 guys. Yeah, 7 shots, needing 5s for being long range. 2 hits.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
how many
see.
I get every time.
And I
Roll your
usually-
1 and your 2.
Yes, I will.
Acey doocey.
Good call, Andre. Yeah.
Hey, I'm here for you. Shit.
I've gotten hit from behind like 5 times in this game. I've only taken like 2 shock.
No, you haven't taken any shock from behind.
It's amazing. Ah, the big man. Okay.
No.
So that's your guy on the road here. Is he just going to charge up and try and cross the road? He can do a couple things. He's got some commands. First thing that Olivier is going to snap them in with a command, and then he's going to send them individually across. So let's start with these guys. See if they make it across.
Individually across, or
Yeah, each one will have to roll separate. Hold on. Start with these guys here. Remove the highest. Did they get stuck? I see a 2.
so
Yeah,
yes,
2 inches?
They go 2.
I think we're going to lose some grenadiers crossing the river here. Oh, both. Oh, damn.
Well,
B3.
yeah. Losing the high roll, you're always going to be like nothing.
So they're wading across, muskets above their heads, and they're going to lose some men here at the end of the turn.
And then he'll.
Oh yeah, he's still got his 1 command. And Olivier and his formation have just made it up to the edge of the river. Those poor grenadiers are in some trouble. And Kowski, over by the windmill. Kowski made it barely, but he is in the trees facing the right direction now, ready to defend this board edge. 4, Stotzenberg, who just got shot from behind.
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah. I guess I should probably shoot those cavalry from behind, or maybe even charge them. Stotzenberg has moved. Got a good move with 1d6. Turned, and we're going to fire at this group on the end here since they're not a formation anymore. So everything is going to go into there. I was going to shoot at them, but then I remembered these guys could just, since they're not a formation, this group could just fire over here. So we are going to fire at those guys, needing 3s. Okay, so I hit with the marksman, even though your leader's with the other group. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and roll that black one separate because it doubles shock. Okay, so you're going to take 2 shock from that. Wow, 7 shock onto this group right here from that volley.
7,
Yeah.
2,
It doubles.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, 6. I say 7.
Yeah. Well.
6 shock, Andre. Stotzenberg's guys are going to be double unloaded, but we did 6 shock, which is pretty damn good. Blue 3.
Especially considering you didn't kill anybody.
That's Van Dam. That's those guys, which he could move over and start taking some shock off. He's a level 2. Is it like chain of command if you're within 4, or do you have to be attached? No, this is tough because they are not a formation. They're broken by the deep river. I think you would have to move him over there to pull a shock, I believe. Van Dam has moved over to join this group and he pulled a shock. And he's hoping he don't drown. 2 flags in a row. Ah, that's downs. And his group have entered the windmill, so that we got a bunch of windows up here. We got a window there, we got a door, so they should be able to get some pretty effective shooting out of there once someone comes in. Oh, 4 flags, so I could bring in Wallace.
Yay!
I probably should bring in Wallace. Yeah, I better do. Yeah. Or Wallace. Yeah, Wallace is coming in. So Wallace is coming at the gallop. We're aiming right at Tyson. It's payback time.
Hey,
so I burned all these. So Andre's got 2 flags. Is that 3 flags in a row? That might be. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. So who was the last person that moved?
Tyson.
Oh, you mean Wallace? Oh, Tyson. No.
No, I mean.
No, that doesn't count because that's deploying.
Oh.
Last person that shot or moved, I think, was these guys.
Yeah, because
I shot at them. So it was a firing random event. 7. So 7 smoke. Apollo smoke hangs across the immediate front of the fires. Firing will be a -1 to hit. Oh no. So a bunch of smoke is obscuring Stotzenberg's view. All the smoke is out. So that'll just hang there until the end of the chapter, I believe.
So I've got 2 flags.
You do. So you could activate a unit.
I could
You
plot a
don't have
charge.
much left, do you? I mean, you've
1, 2,
gone through almost
3,
everything.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm done.
I think you are done. I was going to say you could sharp practice, Andre, before you pulled that if you wanted, which you could fire with them. These guys both have sharp practice, and I believe these guys have sharp practice.
I didn't realize
as well.
anybody had sharp practice.
Yeah, both of them have it, and they have it. So if you want to shoot something, you can, since you didn't know that before you pulled the Tempest. Andre's not going to sharp practice. And I think the reason being that if he did sharp practice, then they would be unloaded. He'd have to spend one of his 3 actions to reload, which would put him a little bit behind the curve from where he wants to be, I believe. So he'll shuffle, and we move on to the next turn. That's right, end of turn. So some Grenadiers are going to get swept away.
Black, green.
Oh, 3 each. Oh, damn. So roll to see if it happens to be Van Dam who gets swept away. It is. So, damn, that's a level 2 leader killed outright. So roll a bad thing, Andre.
5s are always good.
That can't be good. Level 2 leader killed.
Drowned.
Drowned. -2. And then you're going to lose 3 guys out of here and then 2 guys out of that. And the leader.
Hey,
so,
look, another leaderless unit.
yeah. The river claims its first victim, the Rio Manteca. Alright, so Eagle Sham never got to fire his volley, his men. Hey, look at that, it's Tyson. Of course, you have no flag.
Totally screwed can that be?
That's about as bad as it gets. Leader 2, so that's Clarel, he's in here.
He never got broken off, so I should have broken him off last time, but
Yeah, you used too many commands on Van Dam's guys.
yeah. So basically, the worst 2 cards for me came out.
Shiving is these guys here. So Shiving and his Voltigeurs have made it across the river barely. Red 4, Stotzenberg, who's over there behind the pall of smoke. So Stotzenberg, he uses free action to just kind of reorient himself to face this direction. And he reloaded. Lankowski, who is up on the hill by the windmill with downs. Okay, Lankowski's finally going to engage, and he's going to fire at Frazier's men. And we don't think that Lankowski has fired yet. So it is long range, but +2 for all his bonuses, so I need 4s to hit Frazier. 1, 2, 3 hits on Frazier. Soft cover. A dead and a shock.
Of course.
See if it's Frazier. I saw one kind of dancing there for a minute. So you lost a guy and you took a shock. Okay, so and he'll reload. So Lankowski's in the good spots. Downs in the windmill. So Sergeant Downs and his men are lining all these windows, and this window and this door is going to give me a total of 7 shots back at Fraser, needing 5s for first fire. 2 hits. Soft cover. 1 point of shock. So he's up to 2 shock and down 1 guy. Okay, and they'll reload. So we've got a strong position up there on the hill right now. Eagle Sham. First thing I want to have, Eagle Sham is going to have his 2 groups fire at Tyson and the Cuirassiers. So I made it clear of the arc with Stotzenberg earlier. So it's just straight ahead, hitting on 2s. These 2 women here are probably going to be in big trouble. But see if we can crush the Cuirassiers. Looks like all hits, but I missed 2. So that's going to be 16 hits onto the Cuirassiers, Andre. The open. So I see 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead. Yeah, I think you might be done. 3 dead and 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 shock.
So 2 dead.
Check your leader again. It's not the leader. So it's going to be 2 dead.
2
and
dead.
8 more shock or whatever it was.
And I'm at 12 shock with 6 guys.
Oh, they broke then. If they're at 12 with 6, they break. So 2d6 plus 6 backwards. Which means that Wallace isn't going to be able to charge like I was hoping to finish him off. So it's going to be 12 inches back. Now, so roll a d6 for me, Andre, for a bad thing. 2. Group breaks, -1. So he's down to 6. And I still have... I'm going to activate the Holy Man while I'm thinking about it. And he's going to come in and... he's going to give a little motivational speech to Thompson's boys here. With all their shock. 3. That's just pretty good for me. So they're down to 4 shock there, if you could change that. And Tyson and his Cuirassiers are back here. And I still have 1 command left with Eagle Sham. And I think I will have Wallace just go charging forward. Full speed, galloping. See if we can catch up with these boys here. What do I need there, Andre?
Well, you're not in line.
I'm not in line?
Well, you're...
Oh yeah, I'll get them. How far am I?
Well, 22.
22. So 3d6 plus 3 per. Oh man, I might not make it. So that's
Might not?
7, 8, 9.
22's a long ways.
So 9 plus 9. So only 18. But I'm hot on their tail. That's we're getting close to them. Wallace is now up here, galloping after Tyson. Next card. Yeah, I got a good run of cards right there. Blue flag. Red flag. Another red card. That's Bill Thompson. Thompson has just moved over here to help out on the hill. Like we need more forces on the hill. Next card. Tiffin. That'll be it if it's the Tiffin. Oh, it is the Tiffin. About as bad a turn as it could possibly get for Andre. But you do have 1 card, but I have 2 cards.
So you go first.
Do I have anything left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6. Wallace, he went. I think that's everything. I think I've done everything. So you go. 1 group of grenadiers is going to try to make it out of the river. Yeah. That's 2d6 minus the highest. They don't make it.
Okay.
It's another 2d3 per. So these guys are floundering in the river here. 3 more each. Oh wow. So these guys are just dead. Completely drowned in the Rio Manteca, these grenadiers. So that's it. Andre's going to call it.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, thanks Andrew.
You just like recording me.
Yeah, Andrew's here watching, live streaming this to the patrons. So thanks to Andrew for coming and watching and hanging out with us.
Should have given me better advice.
Well, the problem was, mate, that I went for my breakfast and it was going well for you, and then then when I came back, everything had fallen apart. It was.
That
It was going well
That
for
pretty
Andre.
well summed it up. It
was going
it
well.
fell apart.
I abandoned you, bro. I'm really sorry.
It was
Oh,
going well.
man.
It was going well for Andre for a little bit, but I got a really strong run of cards, and losing all the grenadiers in that river was just brutal.
Well, and the
But-
fact that you couldn't take
I didn't
a
take
shock.
any shock. Yeah, I got shot from behind at least 3 times, maybe 4 times.
at
and
least
I think I took
4 times,
0
maybe
shock
5
from it.
times.
Yeah. But Andre, you should have gone up to the ford instead of. I mean, the ford is right there. Just keep going, and then
How hard is it to get across
3
the
inches?
river?
2d6 remove the highest. Even
So,
having to go 3 inches is.
If
not
I
easy.
came down to the ford, I'd have to come down. I'd have to change formation again. I'd have to. It would have taken another 3 turns to move across, at least.
And Olivier's men didn't even try to cross the river. They're like,
Didn't
yeah.
even try. They hauled ass as fast as they could. They moved flat out every chance they got trying to
never-
get across the river, and that's where they got to.
Yeah, I guess their card never came back out. Yeah, it was a rough one for the French. We blew the bridge, and we stopped them. So this flank attack has been completely stopped in its tracks.
No, it was very frustrating. I mean, yeah, my main group literally did nothing except march up to the river. The cannon danced around back here, never got a shot. My skirmishers performed well. I mean, they did what I was hoping, and they got across the river, but that wasn't really what I thought was going to be the. I thought this cavalry charge. I thought I was going to be able to get a chance to hit your line again, and I didn't think they'd punch through necessarily, but I thought I could do enough damage there. Your cavalry was out of position. If I could have damaged that line seriously and gotten this front to push up, maybe I've got something, but
Yeah, but you didn't get the cards out in the right
oh,
order.
I totally floundered, literally.
Floundering in the channel, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I got into the water, everything just basically came to a screeching halt. I got the first charge went reasonably well.
It did. You almost broke Thompson, but he's hung on by a fingernail.
Yeah.
And losing Tyson, that hurt. Because then you needed a card and his flag, or hit flag and a card
Oh,
to do anything, and you pulled this card and you had no flag. So you
well,
couldn't do
and the
anything.
French have all these nifty things they can do with flags. And how many nifty things did I do?
0.
Yeah.
You
and
didn't even
I
do a short
didn't
practice.
forget. I didn't forget.
You didn't even do a short practice once. You didn't do anything.
No,
That was a tough one for the French, for sure.
it was really frustrating. It's hard to have a game like this where it's going. It was we were talking off camera. It's going okay. It's not going horribly, but unless things start turning around, I got to get some breaks here, and then it just it deteriorated from there.
If you could have saved the bridge, I think you would have had a lot better chance.
Oh,
Because they could have just sped right across, formed a big old 3.
if you had to
group
actually
formation.
defend the bridge, I mean, but yeah, look what you got. You just
Yeah.
pulled back.
Yep. And then I got a great position up here. I got Downs in here in hardcover. And I got Lankowski here in hardcover. It's like, you're never going to get out through here.
Well, and it was the classic, you were pulling back. I was getting rear shots on you. I should have just been piling up shock.
You should have been. Yeah, me rolling all those no shock at all on all those rear shots was...
Which could have
Crazy.
made a big difference over here. If these guys had had some of that shock,
Oh, yeah.
I might not have lost my leader. It wouldn't have taken a lot to make this go a lot differently, which
Yeah.
it makes it's frustrating.
Do you think but do you think if, as far as the scenario goes, do you feel like if you would have just had normal luck or better luck that you would have had a chance to actually pull it off, or do you think it's kind of an impossible task?
Oh, it's
for
not
the
an
attackers?
it's not an impossible mission. I think it's a really difficult mission just because if you're willing to sacrifice a unit, the bridge is probably going to blow.
Yep. Yeah.
Because if it's not difficult for me to get to the bridge, but it's pretty much impossible for me to get to the bridge and make you not be on it.
Well, I think the only you made a mistake by not just placing your secondary deployment point right out in the open, because then you could have just deployed in line and just blasted. You put it in here, and then you were tied up trying to get out of here and get in formation for so long. If you would have just put that secondary deployment point here, you could have just gone into line and started firing immediately.
I could have, but I don't think it would have changed. You still would have blown the bridge.
Yeah, because it doesn't stop me having shock unless you killed leaders.
Yeah,
and I couldn't do anything, but I still would have probably been able to plant the charges.
You would have. Well, you planted the charges turn 1.
That's because I put 2 groups.
Yeah.
Originally, my plan was to only have Lankowski planting the charges and having both my rifles firing. But then I started thinking, why not just have 2 guys and then get it all done, and then I just have to hold out for the 3 turns.
And I really didn't want to be in the open when you were firing at me from cover, because then I'm in a firefight that I'm gonna lose to begin with.
I think you would have lost that. 2 rifle groups in cover against your 2 groups in the open.
Yeah. So I wanted the cover of the wall here, but I also thought I was going to be able to get one or both running my skirmish groups up that side, which that's the only thing that kind of went along plan. But I was pretty sure you would be able to stop them going up that way. I really thought it was going to be the push up the other side that was going to bust through, and it just
well, Andre was even saying
fell
that
apart.
He should have went. He really was originally going to go around that way with the cavalry, but he thought he would do the dashing thing and charge the enemy.
I could have, I had that.
Could have gone to the.
I was
cancer.
aiming right for this building. I 45 this way to make it interesting versus just trying to gallop straight off the end of the board.
But even if you did that, I think I maybe could have stopped you.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
Well, you'd have you had your line there, and you could have gotten one really good volley on me.
Did I have my line? I don't think I had my line out at that point. I had Thompson, and he was going to run over there and fire at you.
Yeah, that's not going to stop me.
Yeah. So Andre took what could have been a win by sending the cuirassiers around, maybe a good chance, and he did the most cavalry thing ever and charged the enemy when he didn't even need to. Just for the hell of it.
It was, they were there, they needed to be attacked, and I really thought it was going to turn out a lot differently, but...
You did win the fight. You did some damage to Thompson and his boys, but he's still in it.
And they could have been the heroes of the game if they could have activated again and hit your line one more time. And again, not that I thought that was a fight I was going to win.
Interesting.
But if I could have depleted that line, I think I could have made the push up this side and won the long game.
And it didn't work out like that. So yeah, it was a good game. Andre, the losing player who played the French, thinks that he would have had a chance. So balance-wise, I think the scenario seems pretty good. It's just a string of bad luck and some good card pulling for me at good times. Just ended Andre's chances. So yeah.
No, I was very optimistic up until those last couple turns. Well,
until the bridge blew up. Or were you still optimistic after the bridge?
No, I mean, all I had to do was get a unit off, and that didn't seem, that difficult. But
that's pretty difficult. Your best chances with the cavalry sneaking along the edge was your best chance to get off.
Oh, definitely. And maybe instead of trying to do, just knowing what I know now about the river, okay, you just march everything over to the ford, and
That's what I thought you were going to do.
Well,
just overload the ford, start sending guys across, and overpower.
Well, I honestly thought, because the skirmishers, they can make it across easily because they got that extra move. But I really thought moving the line troops up and getting them,
you had some bad rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. You rolled 2 and a 1 or something like that. So almost two full groups of grenadiers were swept downstream. So pretty brutal. So it was a good game. Pretty bloody for the French. I didn't really lose that many guys. Did I lose anyone?
Oh yeah.
I lost one. Oh no, I lost a few guys out of Thompson.
You got
in the fisticuffs. Yeah.
you got 5 casualties. It looks like.
Yeah.
But
So great
yeah,
game.
having a
No
cannon is always nice, except when you can't fire it.
Yeah, you have to really think about how you're going to deploy
Well,
with the cannon only coming in from the road for sure, because you're
I was
not
totally
blocking.
thinking that I could bring it in off my other deployment point, and having it over in the.
even then it wouldn't have done you any good.
Oh yeah, it would, because I would have had a line of fire out this direction.
Huh.
That would have been awesome.
It would have been. It might have helped, but it might not have helped. So
Well, I could have blasted that line at least the cannon activated every turn.
and the cannon has sharp practice.
It does?
Yeah, it does. So you can really get some shooting going with these
Oh.
cannons. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna call it tonight. So thanks, Andre, for coming over. It's been a fun game of Chain of Command. We got our new cigar box battle mat, which this one's really nice.
I like this
This
map.
might be one of my favorite of the cigar box battle mats, I think. It looks great on the camera too. So
Always a bonus.
yeah. So check out our Patreon page if you want to see what we're doing here behind the scenes. If you want to watch live streams of us playing these games, interact with us, you can join the Patreon and get in on that. And our Facebook group is growing quite quickly as well. And if you want to see what we're doing there, check that out. And other than that, we're going to say thank you for watching this game,
Thank you for watching this game.
and we'll see you guys next time.